Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, out here on the porch doing some junking things, and I just wrote down a few things. I'm going to find out what it's actually worth to buy this cool little tool that I bought. Let me get a close-up for you folks. It's called a STRIPMIESTER. I paid 170 bucks for it. You hook your cordless drill or your cord drill with a cord on it up to a little stem on the side. You put your wire in there, and it's supposed to help you strip wire faster than I can. I'm pretty fast at it, at laying it in my lap and running a knife down it. Sounds dangerous. It is a little bit, but I've stripped a few thousand pounds of wire in my life, and I just realized that they make tools to make it faster and a much safer way. Now, I have a bucket of wire here that I've already got pre-separated and pretty much straightened out, so it'll be easier to feed through this machine. But at any rate, the fact of the matter is this tool is going to make me money. This bucket of wire here, I'm fixing to weigh it up and see what it weighs. I know this bucket right here, the red one, same type bucket, weighs 7.5 pounds, so I've got to take that off the total weight. This is number one wire. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's the best paying wire at scrapyard. It's what consider Romex or heavy gauge wire. Even the stuff like this, which is number one copper. But that's what this here is going to turn into. This here after I run it through my new fancy little machine. But at any rate, folks, I'm going to break it down into a couple of different segments to make a full video out of this, just to show you I'm able to double my money, if not more than double my money, even with taking the weight of the plastic and the trash off that's on this, the coating on this wire. But at any rate, let me go ahead and show you my tool if you haven't already seen it. Set this thing down and get my other camera started. Never played with a GoPro before. I bought me a scale, digital scale, and I bought me a STRIPMIESTER machine, trying to help me make money and maybe show y'all how to make some money. Now, this little STRIPMIESTER machine, I had to hook my drill up to it, and I put just an old iron plate, corncob iron plate, to make it level. That way it's not pulling on the machine, because I'm not ready to bolt this thing down yet. But at any rate, let me just go ahead and keep running this thing. And dyslexic here. 163 is 47 pounds. So we got 47 pounds of wire here potentially. I'll write that right here. 47, that's the magic number. We'll see how much of this machine I can pay for of stripping this wire. It makes me at least $1 a pound to be using this little copper stripping machine. And I'm positive it's going to be so much faster. I just want to find out just how smooth it is. Now I'm going to turn this camera around. Turn this around real quick. Bear with me on my little porch. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to take this wire that I've already got my wife to do some separating with. Now, while y'all up here, this is Romex, and we'll have to strip it down. top coat, and then it's got 2 more wires in there that need to be stripped, and there's a solid piece of copper in there that doesn't need stripping. You just got to pull it apart. And there's even a little bit of paper, but the machine is actually set up to feed this particular type of wire as well. So what I'm doing here on the porch is literally just making piles. So see, this is more, it's all number 1, but different sizes of number 1. Just trying to make it convenient for feeding the machine. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is not the most exciting thing I've done all day, but I'm at least gonna get to straighten this stuff out a little bit. Probably helps the machine not to tangle up so easy. This thing's supposed to be really good. I've seen a lot of videos about it before I bought it. STRIPMIESTER250. Bought the one where you put your own grill on it versus buying the one with the electric motor on it. So much more expensive. Now, all of this is the same size wire in here. Every drop of this stuff. But at the same time, it's different kind of wire. This is more rubbery. This has got a double coating on it. And it's got like a plastic sleeve over the rubber. This here is the majority of the wire weight in the bucket, this stuff. Now, I'm just going to take all this stuff and just dump it on the porch. And heavy right there. It's good money. Now, I don't mind stripping wire, especially if it pays me $1 something more a pound. And it's this big. Always in the past, I just run a knife down. I'm pretty fast at it. But as a rule, I don't know if this camera's even working anymore. Okay, let's see. Now this little camera here is going to die at one point. If the battery's low, I didn't recharge it. Not being very smart. Yeah, I got to get my scale out the way, otherwise I'll break it. That's already happened before. So, but at any rate, I got this bucket here. Then I'm going to have for clean wire to be shot out of this machine. Now once you shoot this wire through this machine, you still got to peel the wire off of the copper itself. And I've got a bucket that I'm going to, after I get it all stripped into this big bucket, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, at that point, get it all stripped down. And then I'll start peeling it away from the conduit itself. Now let's go ahead and see if I can get in here and just get a little bit of video footage of how this cool machine is going to work. I'm curious myself. You know, men are excited by new toys, there's no doubt about it. New tools, should I say. Got me a new camera, GoPro camera, got me a scale, and I got me a new wire stripper, so I'm in business this week. See all that wire down there? See all that wire up there, down there? Every drop of that is money in the bank. Now that stuff's going to pay me about $2.50, $2.60 a pound versus that big old $1.25. Now I'm going to get this one as close as I can. I know the camera on the laptop is crappy. Not my fault, folks. I've got an external camera, but it does not like linking up for some stupid reason. I'm not the best when it comes to technical difficulties, especially when it comes to my phone, my computer, my laptop, all that stuff. The tools I can usually work with. Now, this machine right here, it's got, see these little holes? That's for your different size wire feeds. That's why you want the wire to be separated in advance, just to make the processing of this a lot better. Now I use me an iron plate. Cornbread pan. It was the perfect height to lay this thing down and level it. Let's see here, we're going to try to get both angles of this thing stripping some wire. This one here, when I get it stripping, I'm just going to stick a pencil through this thing and just sit there and have my wife hold this thing on with a pencil or something sticking through it and just sit there and feed that thing all in one piece. quick and easy. Check it out. Voila. Easy peasy. Yes, sir, this thing works great. I can already tell this is going to be a good one. I may have to slow feed this thing. That's the part I don't know yet, how long it takes this thing. It's better if I mount it. I'm still in the trial and error phase of this thing. Working now, folks. Working with Crisco. I like it. I like it. As I say, I love it. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together, especially the money maker. I can already see I'm going to want to mount this thing down or bolt it down to a vise or something, because I know I'm not going to want this thing moving around. Once I figure out the perfect spot for this thing, probably somewhere on this table, I will bolt this sucker down. Let's see. Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive now. This will be the fun part when you zip this wire too. I did a long one just to see if it made a difference, whether I need to cut them shorter or not. This wire does get kinky at times, and you're going to have to back off of it with the blade. Supposed to be a really good blade on this thing. Precision steel, heat tempered steel. Yes sir, this is working great. Perfect. Now here's the money shot, folks. Let's see here. Oh yeah, see that? See this right here? This is your money. And I just fold it up as I peel it off. But it comes right off. That's nice. My wife's gonna love this. Make her job easier. No more stripping wire for her. She'll be shooting wire through this thing. That's nice. This is a well worth an investment, I can already tell. But I will get my money back. And this thing strips even the smallest wire. See, that's the real test. I'm sure the bigger wire is much easier. The smaller wire, not so much. But this here, even being a small wire, not a heavy gauge, like clockwork, clean that copper. I love it, I love it. Now this stuff doesn't weigh anything, but by the time I get done, I'll have a half a bucket of this stuff, and it'll weigh a little bit. So, here's the first accordion of the bunch. And we'll throw it in its own bucket. It's called clean. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip it all into this blue bucket. And then I'll go back and just start peeling until I get it all done. Now I want to get to a heavier gauge of wire and see how that works. This is a learning process for me today, folks. You don't see that, but I had to adjust this little thing right here. Now, this is what I call romance. This stuff here, this is what you find in all your houses, behind all your sheetrock walls. 110 wire, 99% of the time it's 110. Now they make the stuff from a bigger gauge, it's 220. I mean, it's got more heavier gauge wires and another wire in it, 4 to the 3. Now this thing's got a little slot to put this stuff through here. Crank my wheel way up. This is my razor blade on top. Make sure I'm in the right spot with this thing. Perfect. Get it in. That's the whole trick with this thing. Make sure you get it in the right spot. That way you don't put the wire in a bind. Apologize, folks. I am learning as I go here. Hopefully this thing will last me forever. That's the plan. I'm pretty rough on tools. Let's see how this works. I'm going to straighten it out a little bit. Try to be kind to the part, to the machine. This thing's twisted all to hell, so I have to fight it a little bit. Let's see how it does on this stuff. Now this stuff's going to have to be stripped 3 times. Hold on, let me get on the other side of it. That on the back bash. Maybe not. But I don't know the right spot here. Hey folks, here we go. I'm about done with this scrapping adventure with my STRIPMIESTER tool. And here's the finished product. I don't know if y'all see that real well. It's all #1 strip, clean copper. Now, this here is what I took off of it. This is the insulation. Now, if I was to do this manually by hand, this would have took me more time than it was worth to strip it. This would have took me a day to strip all this. Well, me and my wife used that STRIPMIESTER machine. Took us all of about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes to get this stuff from plastic coated #1 wire, which is about $1.10 a pound right now. It actually dropped the other day, to strip copper #1, which is $2.53 a pound right now. I rounded to the nearest numbers on my actual thingamajiggy. But here, let me go ahead and show y'all. This is the way I broke it down. Copper #1 wire, 47 pounds is what this #1 wire was worth, or had weight of 47 pounds. That was without stripping the plastic coating off, and it was worth $1 a pound at the scrapyard, which is $47. I could have took it in just like that and got 47 bucks for it. But in turn, instead of doing it that way, we stripped it with this new tool I bought, and now it's paying $2.53 a pound. I rounded it to $2.50, and it ended up being 37 pounds of copper because we had 10 pounds of that plastic insulation, which is trash. So you have to take the total number, which is 37 pounds of clean #1 copper, with the $2.50 a pound, ends up being $92.50. Now you take the $12.50, which is or actually, let me take that back. It's actually $10.50 for actually plastic wire weight that has to be subtracted from the total amount. So we ended up with just a little over $80 total copper money versus $47 for it unstripped. So we made $33 today in a little over an hour. Just zipping this stuff apart. We had to separate it into the different grades of wire. Had to figure out how to use my new little STRIPMIESTER tool, and basically get out here and do the math. Now I did subtract for the buckets and everything as far as the weight, make sure I was accurate, but we made an extra $33 today in just a little over an hour because we had this extra new tool that I bought. I think it's well worth it. I think this machine will pay for itself in just a matter of a few months for as much wire as I do get. And the more I use the machine, the more I realized I like it. It is so much faster than any other way I've ever been able to do it, and just that alone makes it a good investment. It's like buying a trailer. It's a tool you'll always have a use for, that you can make some money with, especially in my business. That's all I got for you folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. And let your friends know. Junkin channel right here on DIY Junkin. And I got a buddy named William Archibald who's got a great Will Fix It channel. That's the name of the channel. If you ever need any help with any mechanical questions, he's an A1 mechanic, and he does videos about everything he works on a daily basis. Pretty cool channel. Come check him out.